Tuka se ragiatsami I gasnat site neshta. Ogromin kamen lusna. Ne jasna ne mush spor. Proleta mu e maika I makiasla I veshta. Pepel no na sonot. Son na pepela. Pepelta. Grozomor. These are the opening lines of Atso Shopov's intensely personal poem about the 1963 earthquake, Grozomor, in which he tries to capture the emotion of the traumatic events of the 26th of July, 1963, and the ensuing days. 60 years ago, tomorrow, 5:17 in the morning. A lifetime. Looking back to the records of that time, I find myself asking, what is a city? Much more than bricks, concrete, and tiles. A place of communities and neighborhoods living side by side. A place where the past and the present rub shoulders, with the Vardar quietly flowing through, measuring the days, the years, the centuries. A place of work, rest and culture. A place of a million personal joys and tragedies. A place of memories. An imagined place and a solid place where we live day after day, whose air we breathe, whose pavements we tread. And since that warm July morning of 1963, the city has been rebuilt. At first, according to Kenzo Tange's modernist vision, which gave birth to modernist icons such as the remarkable student towers, the city wall, St. Cyril and Methodius University, the Universal Hall, and the post office, crowning it all, the core of which today is scandalously burnt out and exposed to the elements. New suburbs were developed to take the pressure off the center of the city. The Kale, the Old Bazaar, and many of its wonderful monuments, hammams, caravanserais, mosques, and its 16th century clock tower were restored, including some that had survived the earthquake of 1555. And in these hot summer days, we are grateful to the city designers who gave us the City Park, Ghazi Baba Park, the park at Sarai, and more recently, the park at Aerodrome. But where is the flower market that stood in the main square? Where are the green spaces that ran down to the Vardar in the city center? How many shady city squares have disappeared? And what about Skopje Beach, which you read about in accounts of the time where people dared to swim in the Vardar? Impossible? No. Look at Paris today, where for the first time in 100 years, Parisians are stepping foot into the Seine. Don't do it now, but sometime in the future, it may yet be possible. So today, as we remember the catastrophic earthquake of 1963, as we honor those who died and those who rebuilt the city, we should also ask ourselves, what of the future? What sort of city do we want to live in? How do we plan for the future while preserving the past? A future that needs to address the challenges of climate change and that should seize the opportunities of the digital age, of new and improved transport, new working patterns, and carbon-free energy systems. Above all, how do we keep, protect, and promote the city's human dimension? There are no easy answers here, although there are many examples in Europe and beyond to draw on. And planners across the European Union are asking exactly the same question. That's why we in the EU are already working to preserve the wealth of Skopje's past and supporting improved infrastructure for the future, such as the wastewater treatment plant, such as fast public transport. And that's why the Commission has launched its annual European Bauhaus initiative. And I was very pleased today to talk about the collaboration with IZIIS through the Horizon program on testing or against future earthquakes. But personally, I believe the best place to start when planning for the future is with its people. And I think that's what Mayor Asoska was talking about, encouraging people to engage in the planning process. The best way to celebrate this city today, 60 years after this devastating earthquake, is to ask Skopjeites what they want from their city, what matters to them, about their neighborhoods, their parks and schools, the air they breathe and the water they drink, where they work and where they can spend time. A city for them to live and for their children to grow up in. And to live up to the promise of that old song, Gradot ubav pak ke nikne. Vi blagodaram.